Hello, welcome back. Today, I'm back with a new lesson. Well, you would be thinking, why Mehboob is not on the screen? Well, the answer is obvious. I think that you guys have got used to the lessons along with its steps. So, I don't think so it's necessary to be on the screen. But for those who are new, I would like to let them know about the steps that they're gonna follow in order to use the lessons properly. So, first of all, I will tell you a portion of a story and you need to listen to it carefully. Then, in the second step, I will ask you some questions related to that portion, and you have to pause the video and answer those questions loudly. You will have to follow the same process for the entire lesson. Once you complete the lesson, you need to repeat the same process for 7 days. This is actually a 7-day system to improve your English speaking fluency. So, before we begin with the main lesson, I would like to tell you about the vocabulary that you may or may not be familiar with. You can skip this portion once you know about the vocabulary. So, let's start with the vocabulary portion. Eid-ul-Fitr. Eid-ul-Fitr is an Islamic festival that is celebrated in the Islamic month Shawwal. Muslim people love to visit their relatives, friends, and neighbors. Children enjoy this festival a lot because they get money from their elders called Eid. Festival. A festival is a special event where people come together to celebrate something fun or important. It's like having a big party with lots of exciting things to do. Ramadan. Ramadan is the holy month of Islam. During Ramadan, Muslims fast, which means they don't eat or drink anything from sunrise to sunset. It's a way for them to show devotion and discipline. When the sun sets, they have a special meal called iftar to break their fast. Holy month. A holy month is a very special time that is considered very important. It's like a month that is extra special to people who follow a particular religion. During a holy month, people may do special things to show their love and respect for their religion. Fast. When we talk about fasting, it means not eating or drinking anything for a certain period of time. It's like giving our bodies a little break from food and drinks. People fast for different reasons, and one of the main reasons is for religious purposes. Shawwal. Shawwal is a month in the Islamic calendar, and it's like a special time for Muslims after they have finished fasting during the holy month of Ramadan. It's a month of celebration and happiness called Eid-ul-Fitr. Grave. When somebody dies, their body is carefully buried in a grave. It is like digging a big hole and putting the passed away person's body inside it. It's usually in a cemetery, which is a special place with many graves together. People often visit the graves of their loved ones to show their love and respect. Cemetery. So, cemetery is a place where a lot of graves are located. Eid. Eid is a gift in the form of money which children get from their elders at the special festival called Eid. So take a deep breath, smile, move your body, shoulders back. Let's go. Eid-ul-Fitr is an Islamic festival that is celebrated after the holy month of Ramadan, during which Muslims fast for 30 days. Okay, so tell me, what is Eid-ul-Fitr? Well, it is an Islamic festival. Which festival is an Islamic festival? Eid-ul-Fitr. Eid-ul-Fitr is an Islamic festival. And when is this festival celebrated? This festival is celebrated after the month of Ramadan. And who celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr? Muslims. Muslims celebrate it. Okay, tell me this now. What do they do in the month of Ramadan? Well, they fast. They fast in the month of Ramadan. Who fast in the month of Ramadan? Muslims. Muslims fast in the month of Ramadan. And for how many days do they fast? Well, they fast for 30 days. So, do Muslims fast for 1 month? Yes, they do. They fast for 1 month. And in which month do they fast? They fast in the month of Ramadan. Well, on the first 3 days of Shawwal, Muslims celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr by wearing new clothes, visiting the graves of their relatives, and performing the Eid prayer. Okay, so tell me this. In which month do Muslims celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr? Well, in the Islamic month Shawwal, they celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr in the month of Shawwal. And who celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr in Shawwal's month? Well, Muslims. Muslims celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr in Shawwal's month. And for how many days do they celebrate? For 3 days. They celebrate for 3 days. And tell me this, what do they celebrate for 3 days in Shawwal's month? Well, they celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr for 3 days in Shawwal's month. Do Muslims celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr at the end of Shawwal? No, they do not celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr at the end of Shawwal. So, when do they celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr in the month of Shawwal? Well, they celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr at the beginning of Shawwal. And for how many days do they celebrate? For 3 days. They celebrated for 3 days. So, do they celebrate for 5 days or 3 days? Well, 3 days. They celebrate for 3 days. Who celebrate for 3 days? Muslims. They celebrate for 3 days. What do they celebrate for 3 days? They celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr for 3 days. Do Christians celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr for 3 days? No, not Christians. Christians do not celebrate Eid-ul-Fitr for 3 days. Actually, Muslims celebrate it for 3 days. What do Christians celebrate? Well, they celebrate Christmas. Okay, so tell me, what do Muslims wear? They wear new clothes. When do they wear new clothes? They wear new clothes during Eid-ul-Fitr. Do Muslims wear new clothes only on the day of Eid? No, they don't wear new clothes only on the day of Eid. They wear new clothes on some other occasions also. And what do they perform on the day of Eid? Well, they perform the Eid prayer. Okay, so tell me this. Where do they go? They go to cemeteries. Why do they go to cemeteries? Well, to visit their relatives' graves. They go to cemeteries to visit their relatives' graves. And why do they visit to their relatives' graves? Well, of course, to clean and to add some fresh flowers. They visit to clean the graves and to add some fresh flowers as a sign of respect. So, what do they clean? Well, they clean the graves. And where do they clean the graves? Obviously, in the cemeteries. They clean the graves in the cemeteries. Where do Muslim people add fresh flowers to? To their relatives' graves. Muslim people add fresh flowers to their relatives' graves. Well, after the Eid prayer, Muslims also hug each other to greet one another. Children enjoy this festival a lot because they get money from their elders called Eid. Okay, we got some more questions. Now tell me this. After the Eid prayer, what do Muslims do? Well, Muslims hug each other. And when do they hug each other? After the Eid prayer. They hug each other after the Eid prayer. Okay, and tell me this. What do the children get? The children get Eid. So, do they get money? Yes, they do. They get Eid, which is the same thing as saying they get money. Who do they get it from? Well, from their elders. They get money from their elders. And who get money from their elders? Children. Children get money from their elders. So, when do they get money from their elders? Obviously, on the day of Eid. They get money from their elders on the day of Eid. Why do the children enjoy this festival a lot? Because they receive money. The children receive money from their elders. That's why they enjoy this festival a lot. On the first 3 days of the Eid, Muslims also make delicious dishes and they invite each other for lunch and dinner. They also love to visit their relatives, friends, and neighbors. So tell me, What do the Muslims make on the first 3 days of the Eid? Well, they make delicious dishes. And on which Eid do they make delicious meals? On Eid-ul-Fitr. They make delicious meals on Eid-ul-Fitr. So tell me this, do they make delicious dishes on Eid-ul-Fitr only? No, they also make delicious dishes on some other occasions also. What do Muslims invite each other for? Well, they invite each other for lunch as well as dinner. And who do they love to visit? Well, they love to visit their relatives, their friends, and neighbors. Well, there are also some Muslims who love to go to beautiful and adventurous places with their friends and family members to have picnics. So tell me this, what do some Muslims love to do? Well, they love to go to beautiful and adventurous places. And where do they love to go? To beautiful and adventurous places. They love to go to beautiful and adventurous places. When do they love to go to beautiful and adventurous places? On Eid. They love to go to beautiful and adventurous places on Eid. And who do they love to go with? With their friends and family members. They love to go with their friends and family members. And tell me this now, what do they have when they go to beautiful and adventurous places? They have picnics. When they go to beautiful and adventurous places, they have picnics. So, who are having picnics on Eid? Well, Muslim people. Muslims are having picnics on Eid. In short, Eid-ul-Fitr is a festival that brings Muslim people closer to each other and they share their happiness with each other. And that is the end of this story. I hope you enjoyed this story. So, see you in the next lesson. Bye.